Our next theory is also a book and a paper by Richard Thaler. This goes back to 1988, where he discusses the winner's curse. Now, this is the tendency for the winning bid at an auction to exceed the intrinsic value of the item purchased. So we are all familiar with auctions. eBay and many other sites have put auctions on the map for everyone, not just people with expensive art collections selling at Sotheby's. We've got auctions in houses, we've got auctions and other things. So we're all familiar with auctions. Now here's the secret, of course, is you want to sell at an auction. You don't want to buy at an auction. The reason you want to sell at an auction is you want multiple people bidding to raise the price of the auction item. If you can get some interest and get people competing, you might get paid more than you normally would. The opposite is true for the people bidding. The people bidding at an auction have to be very careful that they don't overbid. So the easy way to offset this in your own mind is if you want to buy something at the auction, that's no problem. Absolutely, you should if it's an item that you want. However, before you start bidding, you should have your price of what you think the fair value is to you. So if you're bidding on, I don't know, say a autographed a piece of memorabilia for your sports collection, you should know what you are willing to pay for that item. So if you're buying a Babe Ruth baseball, there's no set value for that. What is it worth to you? What is it worth for someone else? Obviously, it's a historical item. It's something that you would treasure. It can be something that you would certainly keep. These kinds of elements in the valuation are very hard to price. There's no easy net present value IRR calculation that works into the price of an autographed baseball, so you have to decide what you're willing to pay for it and not be influenced by external bidding or external people that might be willing to pay more. The problem with this, of course, is if you really want it, but you only want it at a certain price, the price may go above what you are willing to pay, which means, do I really want this at the price I said ahead of time, or now I'm in the heat of the moment, I can just throw an extra few dollars in here and get what I want? Well, that's very tempting, and of course that raises prices. So one of the things that's here is because of incomplete information and the emotions that go into it, bidders have a very difficult time not only determining the item's intrinsic value, but sticking to the intrinsic value in the heat of the moment. So they really like a flurry of bidders coming in for a particular item, and once they get that, they believe that the seller has an advantage, and most oftentimes they do. So in general, the easiest thing is if there's any kind of bidding auction at all, some people will just walk away. I don't auction. Give me a price. I'll tell you if I want to buy it or not. Other people like to play the game of the auction, the negotiation game, the auction game. But if you're going to do that game, you have to be careful that you don't pay more than the intrinsic value of the item and what it's worth to you.